Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosco, and welcome to my channel. Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosco, and welcome back to rebuilding my Lego castle. If you haven't seen my video about me saying I'm going to rebuild my Lego castle, you can check that video out right here. And if you want to see part 1 of the rebuilding process, you can check this video out in the cards right here. Previously I said that I'm going to need to find some plates off of Bricklink to fill in this roof so that I can put another floor on top of here. But something I realized when using this 8 by 16 brick, trying to do some measurements, this gap and this gap is actually 7 studs wide. So I'm going to have to actually create use a mix of plates to get the dimensions I want. I just need to figure out what would be the cheapest way to do that so that I don't have to replenish those same parts, spend as much money replenishing those parts when I go to add them back to my parts collection. I can use this for filling in this gap right here, which has some inertia in it, but is still going to need to be held in place and supported by some braces or some brackets to get this to stay in. But I like that I could use this element as a floor above. Look at this! Look at this castle. I think I'm ready to say that the structure is all done. I managed to find a combination of plates that could work for the second floor, and after that I just kept putting on pieces. I was able to create some storage towers for bulk goods, like I think I said earlier, on top of the tower that has the dungeon, I wanted to put storage for ammunition, so that's going to be an interior detail I'll have to eventually put in. And I said that on this tower I want that to be for like food storage. So I'm thinking on the bottom I want to store hay so that you could have this utilitarian horse pulling a hay cart to and from the farms, and then to and from other people that need hay if they've got animals for themselves. Because I'd like to think that this castle would help in the transport of farming the hay after wheat farmers in the old medieval times split the grain from the hay, and then they pay a tax or whatever to the king so that they can then store their hay down here, and then they can pay the king's horses and the king's men to then distribute the hay to farmers who need it to feed their animals. And I'd assume that there would be some residents back in the old Middle Ages who would have animals for themselves. And then in this tower here, I think I want to store commodities like grain and tobacco and coffee and maybe tea leaves, maybe even some, I don't know, any type of bulk food commodity And then this is where I want to put the king's throne eventually. And this is just a walkway tower right here that might store the king's treasure or something. And then up top of this tower I put the flag with the blue and the pearl gold color of the medium soft plastic flags that's on top of this spire. And I've got two more defensive posts right here, and then walkways to get in between each other. So I'm really happy. And also I've managed to find a position to put the second lot of these corner castle guardrail element thingamabobs. I'm not exactly sure what this element is called, so if anyone knows, please let me know down in the comments below. So I've got a double stack of these for defensive positions on the sides of the castle. And I think that adds a nice aesthetic next to one of these lovely castle wall elements with the printing. And we've got some flames of torches at the back of the castle. And managed to find some more pieces that had the stickers for the stonework. So I'm really liking all of the structure for this castle. Now, eventually one day, I'll add the interior details, but I'm just happy that I've got this exterior of this castle all done. The interior details is for another video, another day, and compared to everything else that's going on with the Mayo Hosco Winter Bonanza and building Mayo City and all of the mocks I'm building for Mayo City, the interior detail for the castle is a long way away. So I am so happy that I have a castle mock that I can be proud of. All the king's horses and all the king's men managed to put Humpty together again. Be sure to like, comment and share this video with your friends. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. To be notified of every Mayo Hosco upload, be sure to click that bell icon so that you don't miss out. And if you want to further support this channel, if you want to see exclusive behind the scenes content, if you want to get early access to every Mayo Hosco video before they get uploaded to YouTube, if you want to get the right to vote on some Mayo Hosco polls, to get some administrative control of what goes on around here, and you want to see the production value of the Mayo Hosco channel grow, as well as hopefully giveaways in the future, as well as a bunch of other different perks that make you in the top hierarchy of the Mayo Hosco community, feel free to support me on Patreon. Besides the comments section down below, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Links to my social media and my Patreon are in the description of every Mayo Hosco video, as is a link to the Mayo Hosco fan club. And for another means of communication, you can find me at mayohosco@gmail.com. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.
Oh yeah, now I'm gonna try and say this again. Mayo Hosco for commenting on Jabbo channels. I love crazy names. Where did you get that name from? And do you know the story behind that name, Jabbo?
I do.
Much easier.
So I'll try to be real quick. One of the things in live streams is people used to impersonate other people, and it was very easy. You could click on their icon and you could figure out who it is. Well, somebody impersonated Mayo and went through and used a bunch of profanity on a lot of comments, and I blocked them. And right. I blocked all of Mayo's channels, and it wasn't him.
Honk honk.
And so he had created this other channel, because when I put him back and got his and found out who the real one was, like, we could, even though he was not blocked, he couldn't comment on my channel, and we went back and forth trying to figure out what was wrong, and so he just created another channel so he could comment.
Ah!
I mean, he could comment, but I couldn't reply to him. His comment would show up, but I couldn't heart his comment or reply to it. So I was like, he can shorten that channel name, by the way. You don't have to have it that way.